My name is John Trello. I'm a resident, homeowner, small business owner in Davidson Township, Sullivan County, PA. I want to thank you for this opportunity to speak. I'm also a teacher, a father, and a grandfather. After carefully examining the DEP proposed amendments to the PA oil and gas regulations, it is clear that the primary intention of these regulations is to encourage the expansion of the oil and gas industry in Pennsylvania, and not really to protect the environment, the unique ecology of Pennsylvania, our valuable forests and state lands, or the people who live in the communities of the shale regions. I hear the usual code words such as minimizing acceptable practices, lessening the impact, etc., but nowhere in the rules and regulations do I see any measure for shutting down what are commonly referred to as bad actors in this industry. The only consequence for any violations caused by either negligence, intent, or by accident are scandalously low and inadequate fines. There is no mention of any measures that the state would impose upon any operator to justly compensate or restore the quality of life of those who have been negatively impacted. On the contrary, the rules are clearly slanted in the industry's favor. On the issue of public health, to date, more than 1,600 Pennsylvania residents have already submitted complaints, avowing that after drilling operations began in their area, they had become ill. There have been 161 documented cases by the DEP that have already been made public. Research from the Colorado School of Public Health indicates that persons who live within 1/2 mile of drilling operations have increased risk of disease, both cancers and non-cancers, due to exposure to toxic chemicals used in the industry. Dr. John Ashgate, Colorado School of Public Health, found that the chronic health risks near drilled areas were highest for neurological disease, hematological disease, respiratory effects, and developmental effects. A study recently released by Cornell University found a decreased birth weight for babies of mothers who experienced their pregnancy near unconventional gas drilling operations. The research on the effect to developing babies is absolutely horrifying. There has been shown to be a 25% increased prevalence of low birth weight if a mother lives within 1.5 miles of an unconventional gas well. Dr. Curie of Princeton University looked at the Pennsylvania birth records from 2004 to 2011 of infants born within 1 mile of unconventional gas drilling sites, and found that the likelihood of birth weight increased by more than 1/2. Research out of Duke University found that water wells within 1 mile of unconventional gas wells had 17 times the thermogenic methane as in reference sites outside of that area. Another Duke study found that methane was 6 times higher and ethane 23 times higher if a home was within 1/4 mile of a gas well. Dr. Warner of Duke University expressed concerns about the natural pathways that might allow gases and chemicals from gas wells to put drinking water supplies at risk. Dr. Kevin Shug of the University of Texas found elevated levels of arsenic and selenium in water closest to extraction sites. Avner Van Gosh of Duke University found that brine from the Marcellus Shale contains bromide and radium, which is radioactive. Thank you. Over 40% of the chemicals used in unconventional gas drilling have been found to be endocrine disruptors. Regulation, by its very definition, means the adjusting, organizing, or controlling of something or state of being adjusted, organized, or controlled, or to regulate the flow. In closing, I must conclude that there is no such thing as regulations that will adequately and sufficiently protect the people or to ensure safety and protect the health of our children. If there are, I would like to know what regulatory model the DEP and the EQB have been studying. Therefore, all regulations and amendments to current regulations you propose do nothing more than attempt to adjust the rate of damage to the environment, public health, the safety and security of our communities and of our children. Finally, I would like to echo the wise words
Time.
of... Thank you.
Thank you. Barbara